department they had. Individually speaking, tactically speaking, we try to cover it on the desk. But for G2 now, there needs to be a reaction. And the last time these two teams met, there was a reaction. G2 got away with Mirage, so maybe, James, we have 3 maps on the card. But for now, let's focus on Mirage.
That focus is going to be on Furia's CT side here to see what they can muster up this time around. Art with the Julies, of course, you know.
Why not?
No armor and Julies. He fully invested into this one. Henny got a lot of footsteps coming his way. First couple of kills landed. He's going in for more. He doesn't have the backup. Kenny goes off to face him. Quesarado's coming around in time, but has he done enough? The hunt goes on and Quesarado gets out of there. He wants to hold on to the advantage and he's playing it smart, but no, Vinny gets sideswiped. Surely that was called across. That could have been an option and they should have known.
It's rare to see Vinny being caught, and that could mean everything for G2 now in that 3 versus 3, but the HP bars are terribly low, and there is a kit on Furia. They could do it.
They definitely could do it, but not when shots land like that. He didn't have the armor. He goes down instantly. They're playing a defensive game, and Nico is hitting some key shots. The Nico Mirage plays that come out, the ones we know and love, just got delivered on the pistol with a P250 in hand.
He wants that 3rd map. He really does. And you're right to point out Vinny being caught off guard. It's a little bit uncharacteristic from him not to realize he was open towards catwalk.
Yeah.
That death meant the bomb site for G2. I want to point out Quesarado as well, playing quite well in that first situations in the round. But Nico, man, oh man, with the P250, it starts again. You said it. Jacob pointed out at the desk. Last time they met on Mirage, he went ham. 33 kills of some sort. So this could be the Nico show.
The force up here from Furia, though. Hunter needs to be oh so careful. The flash comes up. Oh no, Hunter. He can't win that out. They're trying to fight some more with it as well, but Henny's gone down. The flames are coming to their feet. Yuri's picked up to the scout, but Nexa from the side. He can't stand in those flames, but they're quickly going to disappear. Oh, Vinny! You throw a grenade and heat Nico, but you can't get the kill in. The deagle shot was nearly to be landed. The timing was not on his side. This is an awkward round.
Oh, they're going through it.
Nex is still able to get it done, and he was waiting. He expected that from Art. It's now a 3v2. Yes, okay, Yuri and Art are low, but this is definitely doable. It's Kenny and Nico, though, with a Galil and AK in hand. Nico's got a molly as well, which you can lock them down and keep them at bay for some time.
Art and Yuri have to find information, and then Quesarado can be activated. They have to find the position of their opponent. That's why you see Art jiggle peeking, trying to find what's happening. Quesarado is activated from kitchen. The shot onto Nico is not going to connect, but Quesarado is good for the trade, and just like that, it could fall apart. It's onto Kenny's now with the Galil.
No time now.
Got 1 HP, and yeah, no time. You're right, James, actually. Quesarado, it's just going to be an honor kill. They've done it, but he was costly.
That was an incredibly costly round for G2. No kid on the side of Furia is the thing that saves the day here. Just these players again. The flash goes up. He manages to get 2 Mag 7 shots off on Hunter, who's completely overwhelmed and bamboozled in that one.
Do you know that's my favorite word in English?
Bamboozle.
Bamboozle. The way it rolls off the tongue.
Bamboozle.
A bamboozle. We don't have that kind of words in French. I'm very sad.
You don't use that?
No, we don't say bamboozle.
Just make it a French word. Just add it. You're the honorary French man adding honorary French words.
I have to find one. That requires creativity. But for now, it's the full buy coming on for Furia and G2. They have already decided from the get-go to attack the A side, and it's on to Henny to defend. He's got some backup. He's going to have to do a lot alone.
Oh, good spray down from Henny, but he's instantly bested. Aggression being shown from Amanek, and I absolutely love it. Meet Furia face to face with it. Have that confidence in a round like this. The retake's going to be difficult for Furia. Org, AK, and MP9 in play. Still 42 players to find an Amanek. He's having a field day out in the spawn. Getting a second kill there, and this might force them to fall back. They're going to hold on to their weapons and live to fight another day. And G2, if they wanted, could try and hunt them down.
They have recuperated rifles, so I don't really see G2 taking that risk. They went in with a couple of Mac-10s, and now they only have AKs and an M4 picked up on Hunter. There's a great call from G2 as well. You could see at the start of this round, Furia had put a lot of their eggs towards middle. They wanted to be aggressive. They wanted to use that MP9 close quarter combat. But G2, they come in with a great call. Straight onto the A execute. The trade game is correct. The spacing is correct, as we can see it right here. Kenny S so key, crucial that he refrags Henny, and then Amanek is just using the Mat 10 and the rhythm with it to just push through spawn, using the good flash here. That's perfect stuff from G2. We have a game.
We do have a game. And one right now that G2 is winning. Nearly already at their score that they had in the previous map. Last time around, first half was 8-7 in favor of G2. G2 on their T side. This is a good start off here from Furia. Nade goes up as well. Some more damage done towards Nico. Nothing for him to be too concerned about. But Furia just need one more.
Oh!
No! He does it. The AUG. We're seeing more and more of this gun in action. And for players like Art, who want to be explosive, who want to be fast, you can make some magic happen like that. It's now a 5v2, and Nexa and Nico, they're not together, they're not close. Nico under pressure, he's taking a bunch of shots out towards him, both sides. He's swarmed and dealt with. Nexa's got to do some serious damage. Oh, he doesn't expect the next player. Keserato misses some key shots. He's grabbed the AK, but he's not going to stick around. He wants to play this smart, and they've swarmed the bomb.
They have the bomb. They can just play the long game. They can just play patiently now. It's on to Nexa to create opportunities, to create duels, but it's going to be too hard. Look at how Furia utilized the weapons they had moving into this round. They had 2 rifles to play with, and Yuri and Art combining for 4 kills in the first 20 seconds of action. It is huge. That double kill from Art changed the entire round. And now Nexa, on his lonesome, on an island, with the book that he taught as the only item, because everyone asks you the question, what do you take on an island? As if that's the most important question.
Oh.
But it starts off nicely.
Too much
1 kill,
damage to him.
but with 20 seconds, do we believe?
There's just not enough time. You can't even go get the bomb and run it back in that time. It's at the top of middle. So Nexa will just hold on to his weapon. You mentioned in the previous that the money's not great for G2. Fury have forced their way to success. That pressure being applied over and over again.
Counter-terrorists win.
Fury not getting overexcited with it just yet either. They're keeping cool.
Yeah, they have to find the balance, right? You have to find the balance, and we talked about it on the pre-show that Fury is more than just a bunch of W-holder players. Absolutely not. They have more to that they can bring on the server. They can be aggressive when they need to, and very clearly that was a round where they needed to. They only had 2 rifles, and they make it work. But now they have the AWP onto Henny, which means they can sit back just a little bit more and approach this round differently. We have the 2-1-2 start with Art playing towards window, and he's got backup from Yuri towards connector, and he's going to be the A hit again, James. G2, they don't want to let go of that pressure.
We've definitely got to keep an eye, though, on how much G2 throw presence towards mid and how much Art is having to read on it.
Ooh.
Nice first kill to find there. Not a hard one for Henny to hit. 1 by 1 poking. Oh, so unlucky there for Yuri. He overextends, he looks out into it. Art instantly deals with Hunter, though, and they just want to avoid G2 from doing too much damage. Nico's still the one with the AK. He's the one they need to fear.
Oh, that's information. The lurk just has been cancelled. Henny missing 1 key AWP shot could mean G2 having the bomb site. But do they have utilities to play with? They don't. It has to go through kills for G2.
Yeah, Henny in a good spot here, throws out the smoke. Probably going to jump up high and play off of it. Keserato has been pushed around. This is not bad. Oh, I thought that was Henny.
That was Art. The timing was perfect, but that was Art. Reality makes sense.
Striked. There we go. Henny, though, he had a good idea of what was going on. He wanted to put anything he could to his name on that one. And now, how do you push into this? Can they get a boost on go for Nico?
Oh,
the timing. Dealt with. Oh, he was ready for it. He's quick on the trigger finger. And that's a second for Furia. It got scary, though. There was moments there where certainly G2 had a way in.
I think Nexa didn't see the AWP coming from Henny. Not at this position. Otherwise, you would see a pop flash coming on from G2.
Yep.
You don't want to straight dry peek into an AWP when you have a rifle. That's not a battle you want to take. So they might have been surprised by Henny and his positioning. But it was a half buy. It was a compromised purchase for G2, but they still have to make compromise. They have a Galil and a Tech-9 to play with here. They want to take mid control, but Art wants to fight. He's been spotted, so he has to move around, and Amanek's too quick. That's an entry frag that they needed to find. Art's been punished.
Nade goes out, though, and that will finish Amanek off. So just to trade out for now, but this favors the T's in a round like this. Yuri still looking to have a bit of presence here in connector, but he needs to be careful. He's got a T on either side of him. G2 at mid, just waiting for Furia to make a mistake. Okay, Serato. He's been playing this position so well. He doesn't go too far with it, right? He is ready for just them to push in, and he knows how to maneuver.
This is where individuals have to make decisions right now. This goes beyond the setup. It's about individuals knowing how they have to handle their position. Okay, Serato, it's just playing the information game right now. He's spotted ahead, but he's compromised. He's got to have to fight. Because Hunter, he's taking control of the CT spawn. How aware are Furia of the situation? I don't think they are. Henny is oblivious to the situation. That's going to be an ace split.
Oh no, this boost over and over again.
Again, Hunter in the window.
How many times do we see this come out from these guys?
He's looking
and they get away from it. He wants the first kill. He wants some extra information. He's tempting fate here. Hunter does deal with him in the end. I like it. They expect it straight away, though. Yuri's able to pounce. Oh, Nico, despite the low health, delivers onto Caserado. And Yuri, he gets double poked and he can't hold on to it. Now it's up to Vinny. He's got a couple of players low, but he doesn't have all the information he needs. Plant's going to go down, and there was a small window of opportunity he could have taken. Vinny believes he can clutch this one out.
That's a good kill to start with.
Found.
Nico's low HP, so Nate could do the job, but he doesn't know where he is.
Doesn't hit the mark with Nexa either. Nexa's kept himself hidden. Too many spots for Vinny to find and no utility to positions. Oh, what on earth was that? Vindog getting it done, looking to clutch it out. Nexa to look into it, but Nexa lands it with a Galil. A huge clutch that they desperately needed there as Vinny was looking to pull off the impossible.
That would have been heartbreaking. This round was almost perfect from G2. It starts with the good frag early on in the round, then boosting Hunter towards window, taking CT spawn. You have to give it to Hunter as well, looking for the second kill before he pulls the trigger. And when he does, Nico punishes Caserado in the window, and then the double peek come out from connector. So G2, all these boxes, you can tick them. That was perfect. But Vinny, he almost ruined their dreams with that 1v3. I got shocked by the peek when he jumps on the box. It was amazing.
I just thought he was jumping for information. He jumps on the box, takes the fight. He expects to come in there. And either way, win or lose, both these teams have expensive rounds, but Henny was out in the open with the orb. He goes down, and this is G2 applying real pressure. Art wants to try and change the game a bit for him, but look where Hunter's got to. Full A site control. The plant's going to go down, and G2, they have now applied all the pressure back towards Furia. And on their CT side so far, Furia are struggling to get a grip of it. Sometimes pressure towards mid, sometimes on A. Then that window lurk came through.
They're trying to go for it, James. And Vinny finds the first kill with the FAMAS. That could be all they needed. Hunter strikes in from CT spawn.
Nexus crossfire.
Could be hot. What? Art just won that duel. I have no idea how, but now he's cornered. Good job. Good stabilization from G2. I was scared for a second. But you're right. G2, they are winning the duels early on. That is the difference between Mirage and Inferno. Yep. They are the one with a step ahead in the game. They can dictate how they want to operate these power plays. This time around, it was to Hunter finding the A side alone once the trade comes through. If they can keep that, if they can punish Furia when they're being aggressive, then you force them to play the long game.
Dominance coming out from G2 though so far. And now we are just going to see the pistols from Furia. Aggression at mid and Nexa. Well, he flew out fast. But just as fast as he flew out, he got put down as well. Bit of damage being done. Good nade coming out. This is Nico's stomping ground.
His famous apps play. I've played it against him. I can tell you don't want to do it. Now Hunter strikes in with the Mac 10. He's got information to pay off of, and that's just going to be a cleanup. This is looking much...
Oh, what?
That's it. What am I supposed to do with these kind of actions? I was not told that would happen. How am I supposed to react to this?
That is pure reaction, perfect muscle memory in play. I want that in slow-mo if possible, please.
I need 1,000 FPS just to understand what happened. My brain can't process the information. So that one I can accept. That's not a problem. Then he turns around, reacts. He doesn't even see him. That's through the smoke.
That's just reaction off sound and having an idea of where he's positioned to.
He's not built the same. He's built different.
Art's got other ideas for this round. He's got the AWP in hand and Yuri's there to back him up this time. But Nico, he is ready. He is loving life. He's only getting one out of this time. And the fight finally will go in Furia's favor. But Henny, He expects the A push to come in. Does he realize how close they are? He tries to do some tagging up. Can't quite do the fragging up. The smoke is down, and that was a round that Furia needed to have in that style, keeping 4 alive.
You could see G2, they were already activating the second step, the second leg of their strategy going into this game. Now, they played the fake A control with Nico being sent as the sacrificial lamb, although he takes a kill. But the rest of them are in A apps. They're ready to pounce on it. But the double AWP setup coming in for Furia not only punishes them early on middle, and then Henny just waits patiently. The kill is too easy. So G2, they tried to play the 4D chess, and it didn't work out. It was punished by AWPs. So what's the next move? Can you play the map control? No, you cannot really. So which is why G2 right now trying to take mid control and play the B split, but then being pressured.
Oh, Art is there to back them up. They're still fighting in middle. They're still taking space. They've got to be careful from underpass. Oh, how did Art land that one onto Nexa? There's still another player to find, and Art, he just doesn't stop firing. He's going at it full force, but has he given G2 away into this? Yuri, Vinny, Henny left alive, trying to take on Kenny and Hunter.
Look at the space being taken right now in apps. Henny has taken control of A apps. So Furia can allow to let him be alone in that position. Hunter's looking for that kill. If Vinny finds Hunter, there goes the hopes of G2.
So defensive, though. This is perfect.
It's a hard angle to clear.
Yeah.
Hunter has to make a gamble.
Oh, no. He's slow, steady, trying to work it out. He's now made some noise. Vinny's there. He was prepared. He knew what was up. And now Kenny all alone. He wants to still try and find some success into this site. He believes he can try and clutch this out. But money's not great for G2 now. These rounds have been costly. These rounds have been close. Vinny goes down. Plenty of players to be seen. He knows exactly what could be happening next. Down for the plant. He's got space to work with here. There's a flank coming in behind him, though, and of course it's Henny. Kenny may give up his position, may be seen straight away, but instantly Yuri's able to just connect on the site. They play it smart. They come from both angles. They're going to be able to save the AWP on over as well. They were running the double AWP setup, and actually they'll get it. They'll get the double AWP. It's perfect.
They can if they want to. I still say Yuri took half a risk right there. Just retaking, leaving Kitchen alone. Because what if Kenny finds that kill, realizes no one is behind him? By process of elimination, he could have known that Apps was the next risk. So Yuri, sure, you took that risk, and it pays off. It catches Kenny off guard, but that could have been a different story. And you can feel the frustration coming out of the G2 right now. They know that they... Oh, that's a lot of frustration, actually. They know that they need to keep the pressure on Furia. They cannot allow Furia to close that half 9-6. But only with pistols. What can they bring to the table now?
Yeah, this is now the test of G2. I spoke about it. They won 8-7 on their T-side last time. They're 2 rounds away from making that happen. They want to do better this time around. We talk about rematches and how it goes down. Right now, if you're Furia, you need to get a few of these rounds where it's cleaner, where you've got enough players alive, because that CT economy, it's not looking so pretty just yet.
It's very quiet. Fury strikes. Fury. Yuri strikes first.
Fury.
And he has another one. That's a...
I like that.
Yeah.
We'll take it. A bit of Fury Yuri on the server when he really gets going.
That's a lapsus. That means a lot. Yuri bringing the Fury. Quesarado is just ready for Hunter's timing. That's one way, by the way, that you can handle that pesky window boost, is to just stay TT spawn. Some teams will even go as far as not break the vent, so they will allow jungle to be taken by the T side, knowing that a wrap is not possible without damaging the barrier defense. Okay, G2. What can you do now? What's the next move? You've been punished by AWPs when you took mid, sorry. But they could do it again. They could do it on different timing as well. The A executes work quite well. They know they are going up against a double AWP setup, so you could actually decide to play strat heavy. But for now, they do want to fight mid. They don't want to let go of it.
Oh,
and it could be an A split on the cards.
Did he spot out Henny? Henny saw him first. The flash was good. It went up, but it wasn't enough. Hunter, can he sneak his way in once again? They're trying to play off of this. But is this now too predictable for Furia? Do they expect this over and over again?
I think in a 5v4, you have to realize that's a risk, and that's why we see Art moving away from jungle and keeping a peak. But that's going to be a matter of timing. It's the battle of the clock, the battle of the timings and coincidences. Art could get punished. If there is enough pressure applied to Connector, he's going to turn around. And now the timing is best. Oh no, the flash was good. The Hunter missed the shot. The Art with the quick scope.
How does he do things like this all so often? Henny then strikes as the smoke is about to just fade away. And G2, they're running out of opportunities here. It's all on Amanek, and he's probably going to go, a quick shot is missed. They thought they legged him. Yuri goes down. Some more damage could be done here by Amanek. They start to challenge him. They start to fight him at every single angle. And they're just keeping him busy. They're keeping him guessing, and they grab a 6th round.
Art is online.
Art is there.
Art is online, and when he is, you can see that he basically defies the rules of Counter-Strike. He plays so close combat. You think he's done for.
Dead.
Yeah, the flash is perfect. Hunter's taking the perfect timing, although I will say Hunter missed the jump, so he was slowed down by half a second, and that was the difference maker. But Art finding that shot is just insane, and then Henny, his life right now is a little bit too easy. You have to use...
Art obviously locked the camera in
He probably did, with that fake shot, probably just monitor just flew off the room.
Power flick.
I'm getting nervous for G2, James. I can't lie. I'm getting nervous just a little
Already?
It's just the fashion with which Furia's winning rounds right now. It's looking too clean, and Henny, well, he's adding another one to the tally for him. That is kill number 12 with the AWP, but the secondary sniper chimes in. Look at this. It's big green on big green on big green everywhere. Just cold kills galore.
And you guys mentioned it on the desk, right? When Nico popped off, had 33 kills in the game.
He had.
That's when they won it, right? Last. And that was still a 16-13 game. Right now, Art is feeling it. He's in his comfort zone, and that's a problem.
Yeah, he's been so damaging in the middle area for G2.
Yeah.
And you have to think about middle as a way... middle is a can opener on Mirage, right? If you can take middle, it doesn't matter the timing. If you can take middle, then you open up so many possibilities as to what you can do with it, the strategies you can run. And Art finding so many kills has scared G2 away from mid. Now they're just using it as a bait and switch again. It's going to be Hunter just buying or pretending that it's an A control, but A apps will be the point of attack. Oh, Art, you're burning. You're burning, Art.
He's taking the risk. He wanted to stay around for the fight. He wanted to get the numbers, and he still does. Him and Henny strike almost at the same time, and Kenny goes down as well. The Furia show is large and in charge, and they are dominating their opposition. All the AWP plays coming in. Henny's even risking it with the no-scope play. It may not pay off, but Furia still get the round. We're going on to the last round of the half, and G2 have not had the answers now.
In the last 2 rounds, did we see 8 or 10 AWP kills? I have a doubt. I would say 8 would be my low guess.
I would say 8, at least 9.
At least
so
8,
here,
right?
3.
That was 4 in this round. That was 4 AWP kills in this round. And the last round was 4 minimum. It was 4 last round. So I'd say 8. That double AWP setup is wrecking havoc. Look at this. 19 kills on Art, 17 on Henny.
Look at the buy we have here for G2, even for the last round. It's not pretty. It's not great. Yuri looking to try and go full force. Does he really want to fight at this point, though? Easy first kill to find. Amnek's just on his own.
And now they know. Now they know mid is clear. So that has to be on the side. Good nade onto Nexa.
Nice.
But they have people waiting for them.
Full force push in. Okay, Serrano, use your ears, hear what's around you. He was not aware of that, and him and Vinny will fall. The B bomb site has been taken. Nex is quite low. Art's come around the side. He wants someone to make a mistake. He wants someone to walk up into his crosshair. Hunter's also quite low. Nico needs to do the brunt of the damage here. Art and Henny, 2 AWPs trying to retake, already scoped in. It cuts off their vision just a little bit. They're trying to not make those noises. Easy first kill found. Hunter doesn't even have time to react on Art. He's doing it all. He's feeling confident. He's locking it down. We sit after the first half CT side 9-6 scoreline for Furia when they were so far behind. They've managed to make it work, but can they finish them off? Can they close it out 2-0 when we come back after the break?
Counter-Strike is not just about headshots. Audio is your best friend, and I'm going to show you some tricks using the sounds of weapons, utility, and the map so you can always stay one step ahead. I'm Anders Bloom, and this is Audio Advantage. Weapons in CSGO come in all different shapes and sizes, and they make all kinds of different noises. Aside from their primary use, here is how gun audio can become a tool with which to fool your enemies. In certain situations, the defense will know as much of what you're doing from seeing you as they will from hearing you. If you're jumping from high ground to low, it'll emit a loud sound that will tell the defense exactly where you've gone. But if instead, just as you're landing, you fire off a loud weapon, this will obscure the sound and thus make it impossible for them to figure out where you've gone. A lot of the time, this will give you the advantage needed to win the round. Flashes, smokes, molotovs, decoys, and HE grenades. So many options to bamboozle the enemy. You've seen the fancy executes, the smoke defusers, but have you tried this? Because some grenades, molotovs, HEs, and smokes can only be carried one at a time by each player. They give away critical tactical information even when heard across the map. If you hear 2 or 3 smokes going down on any given position, you know that there has to be 2 or 3 people in that position, thus giving your team a critical tactical advantage. Finally, we have the maps, set in multiple locations around the world, all with a different unique sound design to help you trick your opponents. On a map like Nuke, you can sometimes sneak a teammate down to the lower part of the map. But past a certain point, either at the door or at the window into the B bomb site, they either have to break the window or open the door, both of which will make a sound that will give away the game. But if at the same time, on the upper side of the map, you open the door or break open the windows at the ceiling of the A bomb site, that'll cover the sound and confuse any enemies into thinking that you're only in one of these positions. A clever way to trick your opponent is to intentionally leak audio. As you're stomping forward in one direction, let's say on the B ramp, you can suddenly stop and walk backwards, reversing course. Anyone hearing you will think that you've made your way into the B bomb site, when in fact you're now back, waiting for them seconds later to show up. That's it. Some tips and tricks on how to use audio to your advantage within the game.
We saw G2 up 6-2 before Furia brought out a fighting comeback. The double orb setup came into play, and both Henny and Art had 13 kills each.
26 kills.
Each.
26 kills, James, only off the back of AWPs. That was one of the most successful double AWP setup I have seen in a very long time. Almost the only reason, the sole reason why Furia were able to win back momentum. Can they use that on the T side? I highly doubt it. They're going to have to use different resources, different weapons.
Sure.
But individually, man, Art and Henny, they're fired up.
We got a couple of P250s in play for the T side. Kenny and Nico are up in window. There's Furia. They're taking their time. They're being slow with it. Are they going to go for a double boost? Oh, this is expected, though. They've tried to sneak on through. Nico, he's hiding and waiting. Oh, wow. Well, you don't see this all too often. Who's going to see who first? The first shot's going to be delivered. Kenny's trying to fire back on it. Look to try and get another pistol in his hands. He didn't want to have to reload, but Kenny will deliver with it. Beautiful shots being landed from both sides. This is now gone in favor of G2. Henny, he's looking around. He knows he needs to find an opening. He needs to find a way in. They've got the bomb. They want to get the plant in. Quesarado's giving good backup, but he needs to hit some incredible shots.
Oh, they planted one so they can do it. They can actually do it. Quesarado has a P250. Henny's been tipped away from sight, and it's only on Quesarado. He's got the weapon and he's got the skill. He's going to try and isolate some of these duels, but G2 swarm him. I think Henny missed his smoke in the connector. I think he wanted to smoke jungle and he just missed it. That could have been a whole difference maker in this game. But look at this Mexican standoff we have right here.
It's like, hey!
You have to commend Kenny for remaining calm with the USP.
Yeah.
Such close quarter fight, you have to be calm. You cannot just shoot away, and he did beautifully. Kenny, a man that we have mentioned on the first map, we were critical of him, I think rightfully so. But that could be the perfect time for him to have a rebirth, if you allow me this NA pun.
Let's see if he can be reborn in the second half. He's got a scout in his hand this time around. A really good force up from Furia, though, with getting that plant in. And a tag up onto Nexa. The scout shot hits. Quesarado will just back away. He doesn't want to force the issue just yet. And G2 actually need to be very careful of this.
Oh my god, they have two AKs and a Galil to play with.
Yeah.
This is far from easy, far from one for G2. Yuri's gonna wait the right time to pounce with the Galil. But G2 should be aware that Lurk is into play. Art is trying to use the AK to find an opening, but the smoke is put down on time. Good damage as well. So the first attempt has been thwarted.
And this is the thing, Art didn't even clear his left-hand side as he pushed on up. He's trying to play off the tiniest gap in the smoke. He'll make some noise, he'll let him know he's going away. It's Vinny. Up in Palace, you might be able to strike. If he's not heard, if he's not seen. Okay, so Art goes in again with the scout. They really want to fight here on ramp. They want to try and lock this down. They both get poked at the same time. And Art and Quesarado, they can't hold on to it. It's falling apart for Furia on the force round. And G2, the timing was just perfect. Nexa 1 HP.
And the fact that G2 actually took over ramp after the initial exchanges, it meant everything. You could see Furia were not ready for that peak. Nexa, even though on low HP, was able to best in the first duel, and he got Nico on his side to help him. That's looking great for G2. This is looking clean, organized, clinical. That's how G2 wanted to win this second round. Remember, that was a huge investment for Furia coming on in. They had 2 AKs and a Galil. But Yuri, poor Yuri, towards mid, never found the timing to be activated. He never had a say in this round, and he might even go down. Yuri finding that kill, but Nico will put him on the ground. That's it. Null weapon. 0 weapon into the next round.
This is problematic now for Furia, because this gives G2 their way in. Yes, okay, it wasn't a huge loss in terms of the scoreline and what they've got here to play with, but their investment was massive. And I just got Nexa and Nico on that ramp. That was everything. Considering Nexa went down from the very beginning of the round from a scout shot to really low health, and then still was willing to fight, still ready to challenge, Art was hoping that someone might have just gone into his grasp.
And I think the duo Nico and Nexa is one that we have to follow in this game, right? Because as we can see, we have Amanek and Hunter towards the B side. Kenny S will be just floating around with the AWP. He's going to go where he wants to go, where he fancies. And then Nico and Nexa will be the rifles responsible to handle the A side. At times, you will see them together in connector. That's when Kenny is towards CT spawn or when he wants to push somewhere else. But that is the duo that you want to keep an eye on. In this round, Fury is only coming in with a couple of upgraded pistols. No armor to play with. So it should be easy for G2, but should being the key word. We have seen many of these rounds go absolutely wrong, and it could be on the cards here. G2 are waiting patiently. They're not peeking too much, which I appreciate. You have to be patient in this round.
Oh, yes. Nico's patience pays off. But does he really want to poke into this again? He's trying to make this work. He's fighting for his life here. And Nico is just doing it all. He's staying alive. He's getting it done. And Hunter's there to clean him up. A very good, convincing round from G2. And those are the kind of money rounds they need. Build yourself up a bank. Give yourself that flexible chance when you come up against Furia in full force.
Now is the benchmark for G2. That round is the benchmark by which we can evaluate their chances on the CT side. They already resisted the full force buy from Furia 2 rounds prior. Now they need to survive this one. Furia, again with the heavy lean towards the A side. This time it's Art, selling the fade towards mid. Smoke being put down, a couple of utilities as well. But it is all a ruse. The A side will be the point of attack. And again, it's Nexa and it's Kenny S with his backup from CT spawn.
Vinny doesn't want to just push through the smoke just yet. Nade's going out towards him and a bit of damage done as well. Henny's hoping he can strike if someone wants to overextend, but does he expect Nexa so close?
Oh, that means everything.
From the window. Nico doesn't even need an AWP to play window. He's just out here getting it done no matter what. And Nexa strikes with 2. He pushes through the flames and doesn't even really take any damage. He shut Furia down before they could even get going. And this CT aggression, it's not crazy, not just pushing every position, but well-timed aggression is working out for him. They're taking the fight to Furia.
It's like a house of cards. As soon as Nico finds the kill towards Art middle, then they know that there's no one else mid, and Nexa just racks up the kills. The timing he finds apps is everything. He clears apps alone, and then they can deduct that ramp is going to be the next point of focus. Look at this kill right here. That's huge amount of information that Nico just say, guys, it's gonna be A. It's gonna be, I've just cleared middle. So if whenever you hear action, that's where it's going to be. And Nexa, man, wow, these 2 kills at the very end. just want to shut up and appreciate. I can't do that. Right? I have to talk, but just want to appreciate.
A moment of silence for Furia in that round. That's what you can give him. Because Nexa, he opened it up, he locked it down. Poor Kenny, he doesn't even need to upgrade the scout because he's not gone down yet.
Yeah, I thought he had an AWP. That's a mistake on my end. Oh, but they're sneaking in the smokes. Surely the information has been passed, and this is why we see Kenny as rotating. Nico finding Henny just confirms the situation. That confirms that the B side will be of attack. But Nico, he doesn't want to stop. Well, he's been punished for that. Sometimes your belly is a bit bigger than your eyes. The other way around.
Your eyes are too big for your belly.
Exactly.
I knew what you meant, mate.
And that's what matters. That's why I know I can cast with you, because you know what I mean. With my weird idioms.
I like this from Hunter, though. Pushed up, just falls back, but still gets overwhelmed. Amanek's going to be the sole B defender now. Doesn't want to push out into this. Needs to stay hidden because Yuri is ready for him. He wants him to make a mistake here. But G2, they should be comfortable in this round. The flashes go up. Oh, and that's the opportunity they didn't want to give. That could be their way in. Quesarado. Henny's only got a scout, remember, and he's on 60 health already.
Quesarado knows that he cannot plant the bomb right now. He needs to find kills. That's a lot of damage.
Oh, wow.
Henny in trouble, 12 HP. And I love how Quesarado is playing it. Just jiggle peeking, waiting for the timing, finds Kenny. Now a 2v1. Nexa, you've been the hero of this city side so far, but can you do it again? Furia, they know exactly what's happening.
Nexa now pushing through. This is the perfect time, and the plant's going to come
timing!
in. Nexa is a beast! In time, saving the day, slapping Furia down. That looked like they had the perfect setup to get him when he pounced on the bomb. Timing was everything, and hitting those shots was just beautiful. Look at this. Instantly, boom.
I want to be critical of Furia in the way they plant the bomb, but at the same time, Nexa is just so on point. Maybe we could have seen Quesarado plant the bomb in the corner, the closed-off corner of the site, to make sure that Nexa would never have the 1v1, but then Quesarado would have been blocked. So I can understand why they wanted to risk that open plant. It's just that the second player needed to be with a wider angle.
Yeah.
Because in that scenario, Nexa is allowed to find the bomb planter before he adjusts onto the second one.
Yeah.
And that is the key. Sometimes Counter-Strike is about 10 centimeters, half a second. Details. It's a game of details for the high-level games. And this time around, Nexa just found the one opening he had. He's only on 15 kills, air quote, but he's having such a huge impact.
Those last couple of rounds were the ones that really brought you the way back into this game. Now, though, we've got a fully stacked up Furia. Remember, that round wasn't a full buy from Furia, and they nearly got it done. Art is so fast, looking to get through window. Kenny now has an AWP in his hand, but so does Henny. Connector's been smoked off, and Art has full control. Are they aware that he can sneak through on this? They've given it up, and no one's looking for it. The grates haven't even been broken either.
Nexa has pushed the entirety of the A side. So G2 must know that mid is the next point of attack. They must know middle is at risk. Nico, he's confirming that information with a couple of warning shots. So if you are Furia, how do you maneuver your way out of this round? You have mid, but you can never pincer anyone.
Oh! Nico spams back. Furia not winning these opening duels, and Nico is putting the hurt onto everyone.
And look at this. I told you, James, they did not break the vent. That's exactly what G2 were doing. They accepted the fact that window could be taken. They abandoned it pretty much, but then they played around it. And Kenny, oh my, he's going in for the peak. He just got
so close. That was so close. Now they might have an opportunity to find their way in. Henny, though, he's been the entry frag in Orpa. Nice and fast. He gets the first, second to find, but does he expect it in the sight? Oh, back lines. Hunter gets wrecked by Vinny. Now it's a 2v3. It's Henny and Nexa, but Nexa's flank could be everything. He hasn't been spotted yet, and no one's checking it. Head's going to be seen. Nexa doesn't take the shot. He wants to clinically get this done. He's hiding behind the wall, and instantly he'll be able to go down. Nexa's just hoping to try and find one of the other players. Oh, and he jumps down, and Henny and Quesarado strike at the same time. Nexa played it so smart, but that was just unfortunate.
He was looking for that second kill.
Yeah.
He wanted the double kill before he pounced. He couldn't find it. I will still say, though, G2 allowed Furia back into this round. They had the complete side control of the map. Only middle was given away to the Brazilians, and they made miracles with it. These 2 kills, Henny and Vinny together, that meant everything. That was the round, basically. And here, oh my god, I feel bad for Nexa. Because I could see, you could almost see the wheels turning in his brain, just trying to figure out, okay, I have a key position. How can I maximize my position?
Yeah.
How can I maximize the damage I will have in this round? Good attempt. A for effort for Nexa.
Close. So many close rounds like that. The one before, when it wasn't even a full buy from Fury, that could have gone their way. It was 2v1 in the end. This one just now. And the timeout was called by Furia there. They're re-evaluating what's going on in this server right now.
They're not in a comfortable position. They're winning the round, for sure. But G2, I think they are actually in the lead when it comes to the tactical battle. I think they're one step ahead. They were the one assertive, or rather being assertive, in this last round.
Yeah,
They dropped the ball just a little bit, but they still had control.
I think how we look at it is, in Inferno, Furia are like 10 steps ahead, right?
Absolutely.
But right now, G2's just 1 step ahead, and Furia are trying to play that catch-up, and it's getting messy at times. It's not being as pretty. But G2 still have a 1-round lead in this. But this is the one they need to win. This is the make it or break round for G2.
It's a key round. And G2 went back to one of the setup they know and appreciate so much. It's Kenny S towards CT spawn, with Nexa and Nico together as a firing squad. Now they're retaking A ramp. But you can see Furia, they expect some sort of move, and the timing might just be terrible. If no flash gets around, he's going to have a field day. Nexa bests him somehow.
Art wants to take this connector control, though. The CTs fall back to their positions. Kenny's going to get flashed out, but they'll now know that there is some presence towards connector. Vinny, can he strike in time? Oh, he's spraying it out onto Nico. He can't get it done either. He took a lot of damage there. And this is the problem. G2 have some information. Furia tried to strike on him. Oh, Nexa in a great spot.
That is so great from Nexa.
Vinny's going down. Vinny does not have any idea from it.
Nexa's taking over in this game. He's taking over. But that they could still be around to play. The problem for Furia is that the bomb is behind him with 30 seconds left. So even if Henny finds this kill, which he doesn't, it won't really matter. Look at Nexa. He's 4 steps into the future. He was already behind the bomb. Oh my, they're pulling it together. They're pulling the comeback. We could have a 3rd map on the cards. That could be possible. Nuke, would it be? Can you double check if I'm not lying to the dear beloved community? That would be Nuke? Oh my, oh my.
This right now has got more competitive than we thought it may get to. Nico hasn't needed to take over. We're seeing a better team play out of G2. I think that's what's most important here in getting a win like this.
The problem for Furia in this previous round is that they started with a good approach, but Kesarado needed to win that duel versus Nexa. And when he doesn't, then suddenly there's no balance. But now we can see some sort of answer coming out of Furia. They're taking mid control extremely fast. I'm not even sure Art's position is known or suspected. Surely they realize Catwalk is under contention, and that smoke confirms it. But G2 must know that the B split was the first idea. I'm a bit surprised not to see any reaction coming out of the A side. That could be a moment where we see Nexa push in, but this time around he decides to just rotate towards B rather than pushing.
Oh.
Good flash from Hunter as well.
Nico from window. He doesn't need an AWP. He's just out here taking duels and winning them. He feels so comfortable with his position and what he does on Mirage. And it starts to show, but Art's come in and found himself to sideswipe Hunter. This is the chance. Amnet's position not checked just yet. He's actually able to spray him down. Nearly gets himself a 3rd as well. Henny and Art, they're striking at the same time. Still a player on the site. Henny had the information, but he had to get the reload on. And Nexa, he has been so good from start to finish here on Mirage. He is leading by example.
Who else but Nexa? Again with the positioning. Again, right time, right place, right crosser placement. Nexa's a god. This right here is not only Nico finding kill, by the way. It's a good team play with Hunter, providing the flash towards mid, and Nico picks in. Amanek doing a good job as well, and Nexa, he was right there in the middle of the action, closing in the round. 13-10. I cannot believe, after that huge comeback that Furia put together in the first half, remember it was a 6-2 scoreline turned into a 9-6 with 26 AWP kills. We talked about it, and then I asked the question, can you replicate that on the T side?
No.
Can you ride that wave of AWP? No, you cannot. Sure, Henny will find some success here and there, but it's a different ball game. And now we see, for the first time in this game, Furia drying out in terms of ideas. They're running out of ideas right here in front of our eyes.
And they're running out of time, running out of rounds. 13 up on the board for G2. Nico's getting a lot of damage per round up in here. Art and Henny trying to match him as best as possible.
Yeah, Nico's been very disruptive towards middle. He's taken so many fights. Kenny with a good leg shot onto Vini. They know it's pistol, so they know the pace will be high. Furia trying to take mid control extremely fast. They smoke themselves towards connector. It's going to be a window take, window under take, and then they have control of connector as well. But just like last round, or round previous, they have no one on the side. There's no one on B, no one on A to pincer any move. It's going to come from mid.
They've jumped across. Kenny should be aware of it, though. He's heard the noise at least. Shot going to be hit as well. Kenny softening up 2 players already. View of the AK is not going to get too much done as more nades come out towards him. They are being pushed around. Ooh. Kenny finally getting to land some shots. The tagged up players are going down. Yuri's the only one that stands in this. And it's an easy cleanup. 4 still alive. G2 in a position to get a 15th round potentially very comfortably, because right now I don't see them stopping Furia in any way. Furia trying many different options here, but it is not working out.
You know how I like to talk about chess and make the comparison with Counter-Strike? Right here in this game, G2 have completely accepted the fact that Furia wants to take window control. They want to take jungle control. But the problem for Furia is that they don't find a kill when doing so. They don't gain any advantage. They gain control, they gain position, but G2 is happy to play with it. They rotate around it. They take A control sometimes they stay CT spawn. But in any case, they accept. It's an accepted loss to take jungle, or rather to lose jungle and to lose window, and Furia cannot find any kill. So they stale, and they don't know where to go. G2 have done a tremendous job, tactically speaking, in this half. But we also have to give credit to Nico and Nexa. They've been fired up on all cylinder.
And they'll give up this mid control once again. And Furia just sits and waits. Nico up in the window. We'll hear a player get forced back.
Good job.
Doesn't expect Art, though, to just be looking window still. He was hoping maybe just a couple of rifles down there. Is this something Furia can play off of? That was a shot that Kenny needs to hit. The player hiding in the small. What? Kenny just got battered back.
They could just give it the round.
Didn't expect to see it.
I'm not exactly sure they want to retake this. They've lost the A side. It's a 5v4. Furia have invested very little just to take it. And I do believe we will see G2 saving. It's the right call. They don't have a crazy amount of money. And they have no say in this round whatsoever. You see the difference between that round and the previous? Nico actually falls in window. That is the opening they need. That's why they're able to pinch move. And then Kenny has double dinked through the box with
completely unlucky.
I mean, he sees him. That's the left side peak, so he sees the shoulder. Your model is a bit bigger on the left side when the camera is not straight in the middle of your face. But Art sitting, waiting behind the box. I do believe he was just waiting for the flash. He was waiting for that re-peak because Nico has been doing that for at least 3 times in this half.
And he's been getting away with it, so why not try it again? That's
a good adjustment.
Yeah. So an 11th round, Furia still playing catch-up here. Smart decision from G2 to save. The drop over to Nico won't be a problem. They can reinvest from start to finish.
Even more painful in replay.
slow-mo.
Okay, what's
Now,
the move
Fury, yeah, can Fury get away with it again? Different setup from G2.
They haven't really done it in the past, so I'm not sure if they will wait for it. Amanek, surely he's got some intelligence through the smoke! But the trade game is in favor of Furia.
That was great from Henny. I didn't expect it. They didn't expect Amanek, and he only got 1. Hunter now looking to go aggressive and take some control himself. But this technically does give up the B site from short if they want to push in that way. For now, though, Furia aren't making any moves. They're not making any huge gambles. And Hunter, slowly but surely, edging his way towards them. Where does he decide to go?
He's going to have to be careful.
Oh.
Quesarado is waiting for it. Quesarado is only waiting for that.
This
Hunter.
is huge.
Oh, the timing.
The timing. He's looking. He sees him. He can't win it out, though. That's the bomb on the floor. Art is still hanging back. Hunter is damaged. Art brings out the Glock. He's worried from multiple angles of where he could be pushed from. That duel could be everything. Art wants to pick up the Galil and still try and fight it. And then Nico winning that onto Vinny. This is the problem with Furia being split around the map. They weren't together, and now Art, he has to get his skates on and run on into the B site. Furia expects Hunter to come back in. It's an easy pickup, and Yuri, he's trying to play him at their own game, but is it enough? Oh, he goes in for the fight. So much damage done. Nexus low.
Yuri's got 20 seconds to play with. He doesn't know where Nico is coming from. Nico will be catwalk in about 5 seconds. I don't see any way out for Yuri. He's going to be cornered, and that is it. G2 putting the 15th on the board off the back of a great push from Hunter, and that duel versus K-Serrato. That was everything. That one duel. Had K-Serrato bested Hunter, we would be in a completely different scenario. This right here changed the course of the game.
And he expected it. K-Serrato was ready and waiting for it. But it did not matter. It did not change anything. G2 can be happy. They're looking at nearly the same scoreline as last time around. Oh, sorry, the previous time around. It was 16-30 in the last game they played on Mirage. The one before that. All very recently. Was 16-11.
He's had a couple of very impactful kills. He's not topping the charts by any stretch of imagination. Oh my, Hunter this time around punished. That creates a vacuum. That creates an opportunity towards the B side. We see all these T's being sucked in towards Amanek alone now, punished by Henny. This should be round number 12. Oh. I say that though, Kenya strikes in. He wants to fight, he wants some more, he's taking space.
This is the Kenny you need if you're G2 to put an end to it now. Flames at his feet, but he gets to reposition. He moves out for now, and he wants to create some cover. He's toying with him, he's dancing around him. He tries to hit the shot, but he's getting tagged up. A nice attempt, but it's not going to be enough. But still something for Nexa and Nico to work with. This is where they'll switch to their native language. They won't be common in English. And can that be the difference maker? We loved it the first time we heard it around.
I think they will just say save. That's what they'll say.
Makes sense.
Because they ain't got no say in this round.
I wanted them to fight. I so wanted them to fight.
Yeah, but look at the money situation, James. I know
it's the smart,
we want to see
smart play. It's
yes, you have to respect the fact that sometimes people be reasonable, right? And when it happens, we have to approve it. It's nice.
What if I want to disapprove it and just say I want to see Nico?
You can say whatever you want. You hold the microphone, right? You can say whatever you want. That's your platform.
I want to see them beast mode it all the way through. Because this is the Nico Nexa you love to see.
So if we put these last rounds in perspective, right? The difference right now is that Furia is able to punish the aggression from G2. Think about it. It started with Nico being punished window, then Hunter somehow finding a kill on K-Serrato when he was waiting for it, and here it's Vinny actually getting together and Henny punishing Amanek as well. Furia, they have adapted to what's happening. They know that G2 wants to take the fight to them. They want to take positions and they want to be aggressive. But is that going to be enough? If you're G2 right now, you just slow down your roll just a little bit. You play a bit more careful. You don't give away these kills. Maybe you keep your utility. That's probably what they're talking about right now. They know that they cannot really play the same approach. They've been punished enough to figure out a new plan.
A smart time to take a timeout here. Can it be the one that helps them seal the deal and grab this 16-12? Nuke would be the third map. And Henny's going to be back on the AWP this time around. It's interesting with Furia. Sometimes they're swapping it on their T side between Henny and Art.
That's what makes them so complete.
Yeah.
Because they have different styles. I think Henny is more punitive when Art is more explosive.
Definitely.
You have different styles of AWP that you can implement in different strategies. It gives you a lot of strings to your guitar.
I don't think I've seen any player with an AWP go as up close and personal than Art.
Kenny in his prime year could do that. But that was 3 or 4 years ago.
Back when the AWP was also significantly better.
Indeed. Now, that is the change of pace of Furia. This time around, acting straight up on the B side, and it's going to be onto Amanek. He's completely flashed out. He's got no chance. But you have two players on catwalk. They could decide it all. They could retake this round. K-Serrato tapping away with the AK, and that is a clean up. Nico's already here in kitchen, but they might just be better off saving.
Yeah, that's an AWP and an M4. They saved off the back of it last time. They're looking to do the same again. Kenny's already run away and Nico finally escapes. So this is the 13th now for Furia. Imagine if they'd got that round that was so close when Hunter did the flank.
I know.
Just imagine the situation. Imagine how close it's been on this.
The game of what if is a fascinating one in Counter-Strike.
Look, this is where I'm fine. Kenny and Nico safe. I want to see Nico Nexa or Nico Hunter Magic. I'm playing these scenarios out
Oh, you
of my
just
head.
want to hear them talk. Is that what you're doing?
I want the...
You have to play the numbers. They had no say in this round. And if you're G2, I think you even have to consider whether you're going to buy or not in this next round. There is a decision to be made right here. Granted, they could win the round only off the back of rifles, and if you go back to the first half, it happened for Furia. It was Yuri and I believe Art together with the Soul Rifles who won the round together. But if you're G2, do you invest into this one? Do you hinder your chances for the last round? And the answer, sorry, is no.
And that's the smart play. That's what we want to see. I just want to watch the whole world burn to get all my crazy epic moments in one go.
It's very selfish of you, James.
I know. But I don't have the power, luckily. I can't make that magic happen.
All we can do is commentate on the magic. Again, Quesarado leading the charge on the B side. He's found an empty side. And he's going to have a couple of kills to fight with. Kenius is here. That's Kenius activated now.
Oh! That's not what they want. They got to be careful of Nexa, though. He could do some damage. It is a P250. But they're not going to allow him to sneak up on it. Kenny goes to escape. This will be the 14th. Do they want to hunt Kenny down?
So this is where the mind game begins, James. This is where the mind game begins. Art just won 2 rounds in a row with a quick single execute on the B
On
side.
B, yes.
Now it is going to be their 30th round. Do you still go with that B play? Remember, go back to Inferno. That 7-1 scoreline, when they had abused the B side so much, then they came in with the fake. Are we going to see Furia faking the B side this time around?
They're locking Kenny in, by the way.
That would be huge. That would be a huge kill.
Oh, no. Kenny needs to hit this. He needs to hold on to it. He can hear the footsteps. He throws the smoke down. He's being overwhelmed. He's being swarmed. That's a beautiful shot from Kenny. He's looking to stay alive. He's dancing around the pillar, and he does it. They needed that AWP, and Kenny played that to perfection when the pressure was on. And he's smiling away because he knows they were giving it everything they got to take that away from him.
It's a bit of a Benny Hill moment right here. Rotating around pillars.
Whew. There's a lot that relies on keeping that AWP in this round.
It really does. And we'll see how he wants to operate. For now, staying towards CT spawn. And here is the answer for G2. They push on the A side, but Furia, they got none of it. They don't care, James. They're going on the B side straight up.
Oh, so much damage done already. Heading just blasts in. The flashes are perfect. The spray control is there. Furia busts the B side again, but Nico hasn't been spotted. Oh, Yuri finds him with his back turned. Kenny is burning alive. He's hanging about, but he may not for long. Hunter's taking damage as well, and Furia, they've grabbed the ball by the horn, and they have forced their way in. Yuri is not stopping. He's taking control, and he is not letting off. The pistol shots fire out. Yuri picks up the last, and we are going to overtime.
Oh my God. I talked about mind game when there was no mind game in this last round. They took the curveball of it. They said, you know what? It shouldn't make sense that we go B. Well, guess what? We're going in faster.
Oh my, I did not expect them to hit B over and over again. And Yuri, he just felt it after this and just kept going and going.
Nico played it so patiently, though.
Yeah.
You have to feel for Nico because in his mind, he just found himself a lucky place, right? He thinks he's become invisible in the push, but Yuri's so thorough in how he's cleaning the angles. I can understand the frustration, Nico. I really can. But Yuri, this man right here, cleaning the site.
Oh, look at him go. He's activated. They're not hitting B this time, but that's a great nade. Nico done a nice amount of damage. Kenny off the side here in connector, but he's not going to win out that duel. He needed to hit that. Is Art going to take the corner? The peak is just not there. They don't expect Hunter. Oh, and they fall in the end because Quesarado starts popping heads. With the molly going out, the B site is secure. They've gone fast once again from Furia, but in a different way. They took mid and short.
They picked up the pace. They keep up the pace. They just change how they attack.
Yeah.
And you can see for G2 now, I have flashbacks of Inferno. You can see them struggling, trying to understand what's happening. The pace is just too quick. The rhythm is too fast right now. Furia, they smell blood in the water and they go for it. That B side has been a problem for now 4 rounds in a row. But you gotta appreciate Furia, they did it in 3 different ways. They did it with a slow execute-based B execute. They did it with a B rush and they did it with a catwalk rush. 3 different ways to attack the B side, same result.
Do they go again, Maniac?
But this is where it becomes such
crazy.
It becomes even more ludicrous every time, because the probability that Furia is going to play the B side for a 5th time in a row are very low. But why not do it again? You can push the madness, right? That's where Counter-Strike is so fascinating.
Do they just sell a fake towards the B side?
At some point, they have to sell a fake, because now all these rounds they're winning on the B side, they are basically refurbishing an account, a trust account that they have on the B side. And then G2, they have to respect that. The next time the B side will be under attack, you have to respect that you have lost so many rounds there. And maybe, just maybe, Furia, they do not let go of that branch. They really hold on to it.
3 out of 4 now used for Furia. This is where he's discussing it. He's like, all right. And okay, remember this as well. Furia don't have a coach right now, right? Gary is not there for them. They don't have their usual backup. They're doing this all off the back of their own right now. They're all just working it themselves and trying to find that. And remember, we spoke to it. Yuri is the secondary, right? Yuri's the one that helps Art out the most when it comes to these scenarios. And that's why sometimes we see Yuri just literally go forward as well. Charge off on that 15th round.
It's great that he's able to help Art in this endeavor. And every day of the week, I'll tell you, not having the coach Gary Bana is a problem, but I feel like Art is so in the matrix in this very moment.
Okay.
He's figured out how to play for now 4 rounds in a row, so he can just go with it. I think he's in flow state when it comes to tactics. And this is the answer that G2 tried to find. And Furia, they do not let go, James. They go in again for that B rush. The smoke being put down, but Art just goes through it, destroys Hunter on the way out. And now it's all on to Amanek.
Amanek fighting off here. He's got the org in his hand, but the flames are at his feet, and he burns. Nico on the flank. He's in a great position, but will it be checked? If he pops through the smoke in the nick of time, he just misses out on the chance to see Vinny. The plant will go down, and Nico is not known. They have 0 information on this. He starts to spray him down. He gets the kill on Art. He's looking for a second player to poke him. He expects Vinny to be there. Vinny just pops up, pops his head, rips it clean off. But now it's on Henny in a 1v2. He doesn't take the shot. Did Kenny spot him? A smoke goes down. They know they got to cross this position. He takes it. He can't quite hit it. Molly out. They're going to stand on it. He needs to go. He needs to go now. He can't quite make it work. Kenny lands a crucial shot, and G2 survived the B pressure this time around. And Art, well, that camera never staying up.
A game of detail. Again, James, a game of detail. Kenny is finding the shot at the very end. The Molotov from Henny being 10 centimeters shy of the bomb.
So close.
That was a huge difference maker.
That was huge from Nico, though, to even be able to take Vinny out from that position.
That's the Molotov. The Molotov took him down, and then he inflicted enough damage. Oh my, Furia.
Because you saw
they had their way in the site.
He never actually saw Vinny, he just heard Vinny. So only assumed he would have gone to that position. Vinny then went there, thinking Nico would come, gets the kill.
But they do it again. I cannot believe it. They're going again for the catwalk push, James. They have no chill. But now they have to respect that smoke. There is no way they just cross it blindly. They're gonna boost, maybe add a flash on top of it. Hunter seems to be oblivious to the danger. He's sneaking in the smoke. He sees him. That's a beautiful play from Hunter. He can't go back. He's got to stay behind the smoke. And now he repositions. They've done it. They've stabilized.
They've stabilized, and there's no Furia push going through towards B just yet. Nico's in connector, but one wrong move, and Henny's going to have him. Next step is also important. Yuri's just set up. I'm ready. So if Hunter does push round, Henny's got some backup. No one's looking at window, but Quesarado has the flank. This kill is going to be what it comes down to. If Henny can best Nico, there's a way into it.
Nexa is gathering up information on the A side right now. Yuri finding Nico could mean everything, because Furia had already decided that no matter what, they would play the B side. They have no anchor, and now it leaves Amanek alone. I talked to you about how he needed to be solid on the B side,
we've seen it.
Now or never.
He's seen it, and now he's giving away his position. He sprays out into one, but no one else is there to back him up. Kenny's doing the damage as well, and G2 are looking to stabilize on their CT side. Nice shots from Vinny, but he's got to get the backup of Yuri. There's not much time on their side, and this is going to go right to the wire. It's a 1v2, but Yuri needs to get that plant down. He goes for it in the default spot, but he won't be pushed just yet. They have to play this oh so smart, and look, he's playing tight, so close. Yuri, he's been the man to do huge heroics here for Furia over and over again, but Nexa, he's been key in so many of the rounds for G2. He lands it, and we now see G2 with an advantage here as we flop over to the other side.
This is now G2 adapting to what Furia are putting on the server, right? This is Hunter putting down the smoke, instantly playing behind it, finding Art, forcing Furia to slow down the roll, and then Amanek being strong on the B side. That kill staying alive for long enough for Hunter to come into play as well.
They're going to be able to get double AWPs again, though, CT side for Furia very comfortably.
And G2 will have to solve that enigma.
Yeah.
G2 will have to solve the enigma of the double AWP if they want to. Remember, it's overtime. That could be a huge financial investment if they go for double AWP, and they do. Wait a minute. They went for triple AWP in round 4 of the overtime. Triple snipers for Furia.
Oh, my. Caserado, Art, and Henny, all with AWPs in their hands. Art looking to play above the smoke. He tries to avoid the flashes. Finds himself the first kill onto Hunter. He was unexpecting of everything that just went his way. Palace push looking to come through. Yuri. Oh, he just looks the wrong direction. Henny now needs to give some cover, but Vinny's firing back off. Art's already found his way over to the site. The utility's being used. It's being spread out across. No plant going to be able to come in just yet for G2. The numbers may be in favor of Furia, but for how long? As Vinny is taking a lot of damage. Art is trying to play off the side of it. He's sneaking on through. He's been able to get away with murder here. Look at Vinny's position as well. Can they work this out? Doesn't check sandwich. Oh, brilliant shot from Nico. He puts the hurt onto Art. Still no plant coming in. It's a standoff, but it's just Nexa and Nico left alive.
That was a good fake planned coming out of G2, forcing Art out of position, and now they just wait. I think Nexa's position is known. Nico is just making sure that no one is closing in behind them. Once he does that, he'll probably head back to the A side, maybe Apps, and then they can play together again. Nexa has one flash to play with, but I don't think it's going to be enough. This has to come down to a duel being won by G2, and then they can play a 2 versus 2.
Vinny's low, but there's 2 AWPs poised and ready for him. Nexa has done so well at just biding his time. They've started to guess it. They've started to guess it could be going towards B. Caserato's not looking anywhere either. Oh, and Nico, he gets the easiest kill of his life. Caserato was blissfully unaware. The plant goes down, and Furia now have to come back into this.
G2 have no position. They have to stay on site now. They didn't retake any of it. Vinny starting up with Henny actually behind him.
Nico's low. He does have an AWP. No one's going up on the stairs, and he's keeping it up high. He expects now the close-range push may come in. Will they expect him to be directly here, though? He's in a one-and-done position, potentially. They need to go soon. Furia running out of time. If Nico can delay it at all. The defuse starts to come in. Straight, first one delivered. Henny now needs to come through fast. He's staying alive. Nico gets it done, and he no-scopes his way to success. A huge clutch from Nico, and he big brain plays it.
Furia played themselves, or you can say G2 played Furia in that 2 versus 4. It starts up with the fake that triggers Art's retake. Here we have it on our screen. And then Caserado being completely alone. Furia, for some reason, thought that G2 had made their way out. They were not aware of the fact that Nexa was prisoner in the middle of the site.